This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And, one of my favorite sites, zerohedge.com. And when they speak on prophecy, all right, I love to filter it through the scriptures. And today's topic will be the topic of nuclear destruction. Pulling out a few precepts speaking on it, right? Because this is the focal point of that second death. All right, the first death was by way of the Lord flooding the earth with water, which he promised to never do that again. All right, but the second death would be by fire. And we understand that this fire will be nuclear destruction. It's not a place where you go and burn for all eternity that the Christians ignorantly say is hell. All right, when the scriptures speak about hell in the scriptures. I mean, when it speaks about hell, all right, they try to say that's a place where you go burn for all eternity, that Satan down there with a pitchfork, poking you in the ass and shit. There's no such place. That lake that burns with fire and brimstone, according to Revelation, is America, Babylon the Great. And that's the focal point of this lesson. So we're going to get into it. It says from zerohedge.com, taking nuclear war seriously. And it says Gingrich, right? And I just like the first line, man. I'm actually read a little bit of it, but I was like, damn, I don't even really have to read it for real. It says, it is vital that Americans take nuclear war seriously. And see, here's the thing. They don't. All right, because these people are proud as hell. They trust too much in Esau's military. Even when you speak on people that are in the military, they try to say that our missile defense system will intercept. They think we're so powerful to where we're immune to a damn nuclear strike, where little do they know, unbeknownst to them, all right, this place is gonna be totally wiped out by the nuclear destruction. All right, and this has been prophesied for thousands of years by the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, this was a focal point. All throughout the scriptures you can read about the nuclear destruction and the focal point in which it was going to take place. Mystery Babylon the Great, which we know isn't a mystery anymore. We know we're in America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, that whore that sitteth upon many waters. This place is going to be decimated, man. We can't wait. We see why, man. We see why. It says, for the last 3.5 decades since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Americans have relaxed and behaved as though they were essentially safe from nuclear events. Right? These people, they don't think anything's going to happen, man. They proud as hell. They don't think, like the scriptures say, his inward thought is that his houses shall continue forever. And the scriptures also go into the fact that whatever. Actually, let me go grab that real quick. This is Sirach chapter 10, and I'll start at verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So whatever manner of man that rules the city, all right, and that's just a city, man. How much more a kingdom, all right, the world. All right, this world is pretty much ruled by the elite. So, if Esau's that proud man, of course these people are proud. But if you want to just narrow it back down to America, all right, these Edomites, they run America, and they're proud as hell. They don't think America's going to be destroyed. So, of course, these people don't think America's going to be destroyed. So let me read this again. For the last 3.5 decades, since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Americans have relaxed and behaved as though they were essentially safe from nuclear events. When President Bill Clinton and I created the Hart-Rudman Commission in 1998, we hoped to create a deep rethinking of American security strategies. The commission was brilliantly led by General Charles Boyd and produced as a remarkable report. We warned that the greatest threat to the United States was a nuclear attack in an American city. And see, they even just talking about an American city, man. All right, when the scriptures prophesied that the entire landmass of America is going to be hit, likely by a terrorist group. we proposed a Department of Homeland Security capable of dealing with three simultaneous nuclear events that would have been a department with the discipline and training we associate with military organizations of first-class fire departments. As a sign of how little people understand the danger of nuclear weapons, the department degenerated into a bureaucratic mess of enormous incompetence. Today, it cannot cope with unarmed civilians at the border. It will likely be totally incapable of dealing with let alone three simultaneous nuclear events. Yet nuclear war is becoming increasingly possible when dealing with the Soviet Union. It was conceivable that a strategy of mutual assured destruction, and that's where MAD comes from, mutually assured destruction, could sustain a balance of deterrence to keep nuclear war at bay. Neither country would launch a nuclear weapon because there was a virtual certainty of an annihilation. In many ways, mutual assured destruction resembles Abraham Lincoln's response to a dual challenge. Lincoln chose shotguns at 3 feet, and the other guy backed down. Now, however, we have countries getting nuclear weapons that may not care if we retaliate. It is possible that Iranian theocratic dictatorship would accept the exchange of Tehran for Tel Aviv as a net plus on ideological grounds. We have no understanding of the values and thought process of Kim Jong-un and his leadership, including his sister, who is supposedly more hardline than he is. Faced with growing economic, technological, and quality of life achievements of South Korea, it is possible the North Korean regime might be willing to risk a nuclear attack as the only element in which it has an advantage. Pakistan is unstable, and its longtime opponent, India, is steadily growing. This could lead to a nuclear conflict if Pakistan becomes threatened by India's size, or if India aggressively responds to perceived Pakistani threat. Ultimately, a nuclear conflict could occur in the region from pure misunderstanding. The Russian dictatorship is a dangerous combination of Soviet training. Vladimir Putin was a KGB officer and is still deeply loyal to the spirit of the Soviet Union. And that's very important, as well as the Iranian. All of these are that's why I'm reading it, because they're showing you all the different angles. All of our enemies are nuclear capable. Well, not our enemies, Salakia, but America's enemies are nuclear capable. It says, in great Russian nationalism, furthermore, the depth of Putin and his allies' corruption, so-called, and the intensely and savagery of his response to domestic opponents create a psychological environment in which the use of nuclear weapons as an alternative to defeat becomes increasingly possible. Putin himself has suggested the use of tactical nuclear weapons. Recently, a close ally of his suggested nuclear weapons would be used on London and Washington if Russia was forced to give back any land in Ukraine. Finally, the most rational and stable of our opponents with nuclear capability is Communist China. This alone should tell us how unstable the world is becoming. It is possible that that with a declining population, a rapidly decaying economy, and a growing sense of frustration and global isolation, General Secretary Xi Jinping could decide to risk invading Taiwan or forcing a crisis in the South China Sea. Conflict could spiral out of control with remarkable speed. Faced with reality, we need to revisit Herman Kahn's classic study, Thinking About the Unthinkable, to understand how dangerous a nuclear attack would be. It is helpful to also go back 70 years to Philip Wiley's astonishing novel Tomorrow. It is the story of a nuclear attack on a single city and the power of a nuclear weapon to destroy life and civilization. This was the book which convinced me as a high school student that we had to do virtually everything to avoid nuclear war and survive it if it came. And you're not going to survive it. If you're on the shores of America, you're not going to survive it. This is the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, let's go ahead and get some of these scriptures, man. I'm Salakia for being long-winded, But I wanted to read that because it was good information. You know, they mentioned Pakistan, they mentioned Iran, they mentioned North Korea, they mentioned China, all right, they mentioned Russia. All of these are nuclear capable, and all of these are going to take part more than likely. We know Russia is, China, Iran. You know, even NATO's allies are going to shoot their missiles on America. All right, so there's no hope for America, Babylon the Great. And the fact that, you know, nobody's thinking about it, hey, the Lord is going to come, you know, catch your ass as a thief, as the scriptures say, man. This is Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. See that rolled together as a scroll? All right, this is how the prophet Isaiah, you know, when he saw this vision, how he, you know, this isn't the only place either, where it was referred to as like a mushroom. That's where you get the mushroom cloud, you know, rolled together as a scroll. Let's see if, you know, you kind of see that right here in this picture. You know, there's more refined pictures of that. All right, but this is what the prophets were seeing, man. This is that great judgment that the Lord is going to bring. This is that indignation he's going to pour out on these on America, Babylon the Great, first and foremost. It says, verse 4 again, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf, as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon my people, and upon the people, of my curse to judgment. Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of the kidneys and rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah. All right, this is spiritual Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So the Lord has it out for you damn Edomites, man. And it ain't just talking about the land of Edom. It's talking about where you damn devils dwell, man. Mainly here in America, Babylon the Great, but there's going to be other places that get hit as well. Damn cats. Let's see. Let's get a couple more. Shall be. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. This is going to be the plague. This is what the Lord is going to send forth. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right. And what can cause that? All right. If brothers, you know, and sisters know about, for the most part, you know, go into, you know, these different, hydrogen bombs, and, you know, the advancement from the atomic to the hydrogen bomb to the, you know, these hypersonic missiles and the power within it, you know. And if you ever seen, you know, them do blast tests and all that shit, man, it you know, that's why it says in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, about the elements melting with fervent heat, man. All right, this shit is going to melt you, all right, before you even know it. You know, and the Lord can keep your spirit in your body, because this is going to be a judgment, you know, a mighty judgment. They try to tell you that, oh, you know, it'll be over in an instant. You know, you don't know that. The Lord can slow down time for your ass or anything, man. He can make you feel that shit, man. You know, the Lord has the power to do that. And that's going to be the great judgment that's going to come upon America, Babylon the Great. All right, I can't stress that enough. If you're not of the elect, even the 2/3 going to get left here and melted. As the scriptures say. NATO's allies is going to shoot their missiles. America's enemies, I mean, not NATO's allies, America's NATO allies. All right, all of America's enemies are going to shoot on this place, man. The Lord, it says in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, the Lord's going to make them think an evil thought. Speaking about Russia, man. All right, to send it off, because yeah, they know, like, damn. It's like, they don't want to do it because they know they would get hit too, but the Lord is going to put the spirit on them. Proverbs 21, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is going to put it in their minds when it's time to fulfill prophecy, in the midst of World War III. And we know this isn't going to come until the RFID microchip pushed throughout the earth. But hey, after that, man, it's fair game, man. The Lord is going to send those missiles, man. He going to put it in their mind. 200 million ICBM thermonuclear missiles are going to annihilate this place, man. We can see it. You got to be able to visualize this, man. All right, you people are not ready for what's about to come. You're not ready. All right, you are going to be beamed up, and the rest of you people are going to be left here and melted. All right, so people aren't worried about people aren't taking World War III seriously. People aren't taking the reality of this place being annihilated, because the prophets are telling you week in and week out that America's going to be destroyed. You can't say you weren't warned. Before the Lord said, before he sends things out, he tells you of them, and the Lord speaks by his mouth, by the mouth of the prophets, man. All right, so we giving you warning. All right, my video right here is yet another warning. You know, that the Lord, he has not forgot about this place. Hey, the sins have reached unto heaven and are lifted up to the skies, man. The Lord going to decimate this damn place, man. So I just want to bring this information out, bring out a couple scriptures. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem Kakadash. And once again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.